I'm inviting all of you to join me on this journey which is the dearest to me in my life. For this moment of introducing this journey is quite significant in my life, and as like in its whisper, like I feel grown to come to this point. When I started, I had no idea actually. This is such a profound path. Vajrayogini, as many of you might have heard or read about, this is the main Idam practice. We are going into the, you can say, real transformation. We are talking about transformation and awakening this lifetime into the real transformational journey of Vajrayogini. Vajrayogini is the queen of all Dakinis and also all the Buddhas. Vajrayogini encompasses all Dakinis, 5 Dakinis, Machik Lapton, Taras, all these awakened beings. In our tradition, Ear Whisper lineage tradition, not only Ear Whisper, in general, we don't need to practice so many Idan practices. This Idan, this Idan. Of course, if you committed to the teacher and receive certain practice, then continue to that to honor that commitment. But in terms of tantric awakening, just one Idan's enough. If you do the perfect, it encompasses everything and all these flavors. We already got touchy with some of them. Right. I just want to say a few words about. Of course, detail will be unfold. I just gonna share a little bit here. What's special about Vajrayogini? I'm an ambassador. I don't know ambassador is the right term. But here, it's a little bit about the Vajrayogini, uniqueness of the Vajrayogini practice, why it's effective for us living in a 21st century. First of all, it is complete. It's not as complicated as long you will see. There are 3 levels. You can say the longer sadhana, the middle length sadhana, and shortest sadhana. We're going to start with the shortest one. But even shortest one, it's complete the entire path from the beginning to the end. Just one sadhana practice is complete. In a sense, it encompasses Sutra and Tantra, entire path. You have been kind of tasting a little bit of here and there, like a Lamrim meditation or Tonren practice or whatever you have been practicing, and some tantric elements, 5 Dakini practice, all you sample so far. Those things are packed in this one single practice, Vajrayogini. Then that's called 11 yogas, Naropa. There are many different Vajrayogini forms. This particular Vajrayogini form revealed by Naropa, called Narokacho. The 11 yogas lay out all these 11 elements, qualities of practice. That's very nice. It's easy to learn and go deeper and deeper. That's basically the content of this journey, 11 yogas. And I will share with you, start with the sleeping yoga. Dakini always start with at nighttime. Dakini is very active. And also subtle bodies start to get really activated. So it is complete. It is a significant collection of instructions of the Buddha's entire teaching. Sutra and Tantra. It's a big claim, no? But you will know once you started to practice and go deeper and deeper. Even 5 Dakini practice, you might have experienced deeper dimensions, infinite possibilities. Because our human capacity has infinite possibilities. Second one, this I like, it is easy, relatively easier to practice these visualization as compared to other Idan deities in highest yoga tantra, like you might have heard, Guhya Samaja, Vajra Tantra, or Yamantaka, or Heruka, all these arms and lots of different faces, all implement. If you have that commitment to visualize, you have to visualize everything, or the each hand and a different implement, and then all different faces. Then eventually you have to visualize simultaneously all of them, not just one. All the great lamas can do that because that's their full-time job. But like us, living in modern days, you can say degenerated time. This practice is meant for this time, degenerated time. The more time degenerated, not so conducive for practice, then this practice become powerful. And the Heruka Vajra Yogini. Heruka is a male partner, and the Vajra Yogini is a female partner. And both Heruka Vajra Yogini Yavim. This one is not union form, but the Katanka she hold, trident, that signifying Heruka. Basically, Vajra Yogini encompasses male and female principles. She only have one face, two arms, two legs, like us. Very easier to embody and visualize by training. Again, once we have a willingness to practice, it's a matter of how to do it, that skill, and then how to develop the capacity. So matter of capacity through practice, right? Then you can visualize you as a Vajra Yogini. You embody. This is a real sense embodying the awakened being. It has a completion stage, generation stage. We imagine first front, then yourself, self-generation, you as a Idam deity, in this case Vajra Yogini. Then completion stage is very subtle. Main completion stage in this case, Vajra Yogini, not complicated. Central channel and the tummo is a basic. Of course, tummo is the basis of all the completion stage. But yeah, then some poor practice too. But all are integrated. Very subtle practice, but easier for us to visualize. Then it is efficient. It is swift and easy to attain realization due to the profundity of inner yoga. So this is the inner yoga we are talking about. Subtle body training, we do a little bit of visualization. I kind of bring it a little bit flavored. For example, we visualize the deities, inner dakinis, inside the central channel, the heart center. So that's one of the uniqueness. That's really powerful. So integrating the uniqueness of Vajrayogin practice, that's the one of the uniquenesses of Vajrayogin practice. It's called the body mandala. So other practices sometimes just visualize all these deities on the skin or the external, more outside, or the joints or so forth. In the case of this particular body mandala, is very simple, but visualize the deities inside the heart chakra. They are around the heart. So that's really effective to bring the wind or the prana to the heart center, so forth. Very efficient and easy. Vajrayogin practice is the most efficient, easiest, and complete practice among highest yoga tantra suitable for modern day practitioners. That's the kind of advertisement or something. That's just one aspect of it, a more traditional way to explain. But then another side of it is just each of us just take a moment to feel this deep longing, yawning. I shared one song by a practitioner, Sarchen, this song of longing, longing for the divine, want to meet with this divine, deepest dimension of who and what you are. So this is a method, traditional method, and completely applicable to modern days practitioners like us, and perfect, no lacking in terms of lineage, purely. This has been carried very discreetly, this practice. Traditionally started Sakya, one of the Sakya 13 golden Dharma, it's so called. Sakya school carried this very secret. I have a Sakya transmission. I have quite a number of teachers I had to receive this transmission and the empowerment. Of course, the main teacher is my Kekaje Zundampa. For example, in the context of Sakya, they lock this practice or the text into the special room. Nobody allowed to go there and take a look until momentum comes and the teacher allowed them to receive empowerment. So kept it very precious jewel, which makes it very powerful. That's how Tantra works actually. They keep it more secret and treasure like your own eyeball, then become very powerful. In my case here, I have to keep a little balance. Because if I keep it too secret and I'm not talking to you about this treasure, then we miss it. If I pass, also right now, this is a peak of your good karmic ripening, peak of result of your good karma. This is a moment I felt to share, quite a significant moment for me. I want you to taste it, really. I chew on it. I have been still doing that. And retreat, encourage the retreat. Tokku feast. So this is you can say, commitment. The good thing about, or the amazing thing about this one, in order to have realization, Vajra Yogini, if you have this longing and keep this spark burning, then do mantra and keep this Tok day offering with devotion. Even you mess up all the visualization or all these other stuff, complicated things, if you cannot do that, doesn't matter. Vajra Yogini will guide you. Once you make a connection, if you have a faith, the rest of life and the rest of lifetimes. It said, if you cannot come to the resultant state in this lifetime with this body, then at the time of death, Vajra Yogini will take your hand and guide you. If that's also not possible, then in the 13 lifetimes, you will come to the realization of Vajra Yogini. In other words, going to the Kachara land or Kechara land, Dakini land. That's guaranteed by Heruka Tantra. Heruka is a Buddha and knows everything, talks about that. Especially emphasis of simplicity of just reciting mantra with faith. I know so many lamas recite with simple faith and practice, then have a good death. Personal retreat is good, so once a year maybe we will learn how to do solitary retreat. It's very powerful because it's a connection to inner yoga, subtle body yoga. So it's good to keep our subtle body supple and so forth. For this, need empowerment, of course, I assume. And also, I think we all are ready for that one, already more sensitive or more, you create a conducive environment for realization to arise, dawn. That's a very powerful one. This was requested traditionally, this kind of teaching and empowerment requested by a student or friend, whoever want to receive. So I feel so honored, so happy. Finally, the time has come. So whatever we've done, it will be integrated and become a manure for this journey. Bring it. Whatever we are studying or practicing in Dakini's whisper, Ramrim meditations or the sutra teaching, which we continue to deepen, you will see how this will be backed up or supported by those practices.